Okay, so far so good. I've checked the computer and we are live and in the right spot. So that's a good thing. So come on board. Welcome. I'm going to load in the comments here. Give me just a minute and we've got some time. Hello from Idaho. Okay, the comments are loading in. Let me go back and whoops, hang on a minute. Get my, what am I doing here? Oh Lord, I don't want that on there. Why did that come on there? I hit a button. Good Lord. We got to get that thing off there. Hold on. What did I do? We don't want that on there. All right. Hold on, people. Let's see. Go figure. I had to hit a freaking button, right? Get that off. We don't want you on there. Facebook user. Oh, are you kidding me? Is it going to show that? Oh, I see. Let me take that off. All right. Did that come off? That's not coming off, is it? Well, hope everybody's doing well. I'm not sure how to get this Facebook user thing off of here, so I'm a little confused. So give me just a minute. I'm gonna have to play with some stuff here. Hang on. I'm just checking camera control. I'm just checking the. Don't you just love it? I swear, I thought I was doing so good, and then I had hit a daggone button. I don't know what I hit. Let me see if I can get that thing off there, but I don't use that, so I'm not sure. Let me see if I can switch. Nope. I hope this thing ain't gonna stay on here all night because that thing's got to go. I hope you guys are doing well. Oh my gosh, let me tell you, that thing cannot stay there because that's gonna drive me crazy. And it just popped up, and I'm not sure. Facebook user, hi Dawn, but I'm not sure why it's there. Go away. All right, we've got a few minutes, so it's not quite 7, so we'll just hang out, and I'm going to try to figure out why that thing is on there, but I don't have anything in my repertoire that says that, so I'm not sure why. Oh my gosh, darn golly gee willikers. All right, this is showing highlighted. Why is that? Oh, there we go. Somehow I highlighted something. It never figures. I swear. It's always a comedy hour here. You know, you just have to come just for the fun. Hi, Karen. Oh my gosh. I tell you, it's always something. So how's everybody doing? I have to tell you that I had my, listen to you laugh. Well, you know, I have to laugh because if you didn't, this stuff would drive you crazy, right? So, you know, my famous saying is, it is what it is. So anyways, I had my first in-person class this past Thursday, and which was a little strange. I haven't done it like in a year and a half, but it was so much fun. I only had 4 people, which was fine. And I had 2 sessions lined up, but one person forgot the time they were coming, so they came to the afternoon, which was okay because I had them spaced out on the table. But it was so nice to have everybody and get back into stamping. And of course, you know, in Florida, we're like the hot spot of the world, it seems like. So everything's going funkydelic here. So you don't know if you should be wearing a mask all the time or what. It's just crazy, you know. I'll be so glad at some point when we can get back together. Anyways, so let's see. What else have I been doing? I'm gonna try to kill some time because it's not 7 o'clock yet. Let's see. What else have I done? I've cleaned out my closet numerous times. I went through and cleaned my drawers out the other day. They were so full. Do y'all do this? They get so full that you can't get anything else in them, and you keep buying crap. So I went through and I pulled everything out of the drawers, and everything that I kept, you know, everything, all the stuff in there were things like, oh, I might wear that later. You know, they were tops and pants and stuff like that. So just enough to make a party. Yeah. So I took everything out of, let's see, I've got 1, 2, 2, 4, 6, about 10 drawers between the dresser and the chest of drawers. I pulled everything out except for the bathing suit drawer, and pulled out all the stuff that I haven't worn in like 6 months. And even though I like it, I said, it's got to go because I got to have room. So I went through and cleaned everything out, and now the drawers are so clean and organized. I did that to all my pajamas, even my sock drawer. And let's see. Anyways, I sent a picture to my BFF and said, "This is how my drawers look." 'Cause her husband always folds his T-shirts, and his drawers are always like in tip. You think he was in the military, which he wasn't, but everything is like in tip-top shape. So I said, "Look at my clothes look like your husband's in the drawer." So I was proud of myself. So tomorrow I'm going to go through my closet, and I just did my closet not too long ago, but I'm going to go through my closet. I've kept a bunch of dress shoes. They gotta go. I am not wearing them. I'm gonna keep one black pair and like a beige dress up pair in case we have to go somewhere. Who's that? Oh no, I save everything. Who says that with a laugh? Um, but so I'm gonna go through and get all my shoes taken out of there, and I'm gonna go through and purge some more clothes again. And actually, it worked out good timing because there's a breast cancer place in Orlando that schedules pickups in the outlying cities. And so they're going to be in my area. So I scheduled a pickup on Friday. So that kind of forces me to get this stuff done tomorrow. And then we had cleaned out the attic I don't know, this is terrible to say, probably a couple of months ago to pull out like 10 years worth of taxes that we needed to shred. And so I've got 2 boxes full of pictures. Oh, Karen said that, the hoarder. Yeah, me too. And look at the stamp stuff. Oh my goodness. But I have 2 boxes of photos that I need to go through. And to be honest with you, I'm probably just going to keep a few and the rest are going to get tossed. Because I don't have kids. Nobody's going to want my stuff. So I'm just going to trash it. I'm going to keep a few things, put it on the computer. And that's that. So I got to do that tomorrow too. So tomorrow will not be a stamping day. Tomorrow will be work in the garage and the house day. Doesn't that sound like fun? So you talk about hoarding. I'm trying to get my my stamp room organized. Hang on one second. I need to shut my door just a little bit because my husband's got the TV on. Hang on 1 minute. Let me run over there. He's watching a movie and he thinks he's the only one in the house. It's up so daggone loud. But anyways, I've been organizing my room and I have 2 big boxes of retired paper and stuff. Not counting the stamps because I have all that on my Etsy store. I have my stamps, my retired stamps, embossing folders, dies, and bundle stuff. And I think I loaded paper on there. I'm not sure if I did. I put it on one of those Facebook to sell. But anyways, I've got 2 boxes of stuff, and if I don't get it, if it doesn't go, it's going to. I'm donating 1 box to the teachers at the school that Riley does therapy work with. I will read. She reads. The children read to her, and so I told the teacher I'd bring a box, and she said that was fine. Thanks. Okay, let me tell you about this jewelry. This, and I don't have it all with me, but this is. I found this on Facebook, and it's called the 10-way necklace. And it's got these magnets. Look at this. Now, this is just the tassel. I don't know if y'all can see my full body or not, but this is the tassel. I guess you can because somebody said they saw it. All right, so there's a strand. There's 2 other, like a 3-strand piece, and then there's another piece that's a little bit longer. So you can slide off. Look at that. You just slide it off like this, right? Okay, and you snap it back on. Now, this here are can you see? Let me get over here. These are extenders. Now, watch this. All you do is slide the magnet off. And I can add it to my necklace. Watch this. This is so cool. You just hook it on there. I got to get my other one off. And then I'll hook it on here. See how it just hooks? And now and I just slide this off. Look at that. Let me get over here in the camera. Sorry, look, it magnets. And then you just slide it. You don't pull, you slide. And then you put it on, and then it can be longer. I love this. I love it, love it, love it. So when I don't wear the all of the pieces, then I make one into a bracelet. So I have matching bracelets. I know. They're a little bit expensive. I mean, this one happens to be on sale for like $79, but they normally run about 100 and something, 110, 115. But they have, the one I have is silver with a rose gold, like the magnets. They have gold. They have crystals. It's just, I love it. Every time we go somewhere, I pack. That's the only stuff I take now for necklaces because I can get 1 strand, I can have a 3-strand, I can add the bracelet on to make it longer. It's just great. So anyways, all right, enough of that. So, all right, what's up, Donnie? That's got to be either Amy or Tina, and it's probably Amy. because her and her little puppy dog are going to be watching me tonight. Bella likes to watch me. All right, I think we're going to go ahead and get started. It's 7:05, so I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera down. Hopefully I can get all this stuff right. Now, I will apologize to last week names. I haven't put your stuff in the mail. I've been busy, so I promise I will get these in the mail. And those are for the cards for the previous week. And the ones that, hi Judy, the ones that names were drawn that I did this afternoon for last week's cards is Chris Thigpen and Linda Carver. So I have both y'all's addresses, so I'm going to get these in the mail tomorrow, I promise. Okay, so what we're going to do, I am going to show you how to make a corner, like a corner lock card, I guess. I'm not quite sure. Let me show you. Here's one. Now, this is using that free paper from Celebration. Oh, that's why I had my book out. I had that out for a reason. Okay, so those of you that aren't familiar with Celebration, and you all should be, but if you're not, if you spend $50 or more through my online store, or anybody, but preferably me, that's a sales pitch to myself, then you get to choose, for every $50, you get to choose an item out of this book. And you can choose $50 or $100 items, and they're marked. So the paper that I used on this particular card, right here, is one of the free Celebrations, and it's called Beautifully Penned, and it's black and white. And I'll show you what I did to the other card. So that's the paper we're gonna. Well, we're not using that, but that's the one on here. Now on the card that I'm making this evening, we are going to be working with. Ta-da! We're going to work with this penguin paper, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully yeah, we're going to work with the penguin paper. And then next week, I was going to show you, I might put the penguins off because I've made a couple of cards. You don't have to have the stamp set. I'm going to show you how you can just cut, because this paper is really great because they got large images. So you can just cut the images out and make a card, and then just use whatever, sentiments you have. So but I found a new really neat fun fold that I think I'm going to do next week. So I might push these guys back a week. So anyways, let me show you the card. This is one that I made, and this is what we're going to make this evening. Okay, the corner, it tucks in the corner. See that? It tucks in. I got this from, oh, hang on. Let me think of her name. Oh my gosh, A Stamp Above. I'm trying to think of, oh my gosh, I know her, I cannot think of her last name, Kelly Atchison. This is who I got this design from. And then you open up, and then you have your inside sentiment, which is underneath your corner, and then you just tuck it in. Isn't that cute? And then here's one that I did using a different piece of paper in that set, but I colored it to coordinate with my paper, and I'm using that new kind of wintry, like speckled ribbon, if you can see that sparkle there. I know, don't you love this? So you can color this, and then I just stamped a stamp. I don't even remember what stamp set that's from. This is the back side of the paper, and again, you open up the fold, and then there's your message. Isn't that cute? So that's what we're going to make one of these tonight. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's get started. All right, we're going to start out with a piece of 4 1/4 by 11 piece of cardstock. Let me get my stuff out in my notes because I have to take notes because there's a lot of measurements here. I've already pre-cut everything so that we won't be here all night. All right, so you're going to need for that card, you're going to want to have, let's see. Okay, wait a minute. Let's start with this before I give you measurements of the other stuff. Let me tell you what we need to do first. All right, hold on. I get excited when I get new stuff. All right, so we're going to take this and we're going to bring in a paper cutter, okay? Because we need to cut, we're going to cut off, this is at 4 1/4 by 11, right? So we want to trim this down to 8 inches. So we're going to cut 3 inches off. So we're going to line it up at 8, right? So we're going to cut 3 inches off. Got it lined up at 8. And we're going to cut this off, all right? And we're going to save that because we're going to use this. Now we're still going to score this at 5.5. So I'm going to line this up at the 5.5 mark, and I'm just going to go ahead and do my score. All right, you with me? So it's 4 1/4 by 11. Line it, you scored at 5.5, and then line it up at 8 and chop off the 3 inches. Okay. All right. So this is our card base. So we'll go ahead and fold that now, and we'll get it so it's lined up. I can't wait to show you next week's card. Oh my goodness, y'all are gonna love it. Okay. All right, so we're just gonna put this off because we don't need this right now. We're gonna bring back, I don't know why I put this away. We need our paper cutter. Now we're gonna take this piece right here that I cut off, and this is using up all our stuff, so we're not wasting. Hey, Debbie Cox, how are you? So this piece that we cut off is, this is measured, well, it doesn't matter what it's measured. It's 3 inches, right? So it's 3 inches, and we're gonna cut it to a 3 by 3. So we're gonna make it a 3-inch square, which is 3 by 3, okay? So we're gonna cut this down. So we just have this little piece that we're not gonna use. All right, now that's all the cutting I need to do. Okay, so you have this 3 by 3 square from our cardstock, and then you're gonna need, and then I'll show you how we're gonna do all this. And this one, I'm not really, we're gonna cut a piece of designer series paper at 3 by 3, and this is, we're using that penguin paper, and that will be lined up on this, okay? So that one will go on that one. And then we're going to need a 2 3/4 square of designer series paper, and I'm gonna use the back side, and you'll see why in just a minute, okay? So we've got that. And then we need a designer paper of 1 inch by 4. And again, it's the same paper. So this is the background. Okay, this is free paper, y'all. So $50, you get it for free. Then you need 2 pieces of Whisper White, or I'm sorry, Basic White, 3 by 3, and then one that's 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, which is 2 3/4 square. This will be for the inside message, and this is going to be the one on the front of the card with our other stuff, okay, which is going to go with this one here. So this one is going to go on top of this one. All right, so 2 3/4 on the 3 by 3. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're gonna attach all of these. I'm gonna do things a little backwards. Well, all right, hang on. Let's do first things first. Oh, you know what? Oh no, I got it. Okay. All right. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take this 1 1/4 piece. I mean the 1 inch by 4, and we're gonna lay it on here. And oh, I forgot my adhesive. Oh goodness gracious! Hang on a second. Lord have mercy. See what happens when you're 63? They start falling apart. Okay, that would help if I had my adhesive. All right, so we're gonna add this on here, and I'm gonna lay it right near the edge. However, it doesn't matter, whatever y'all want to do. Let me do a bone folder there. All right, so let's go ahead and we're gonna attach this thing down. Let's do that, and then we're gonna have to do one more cutting, but all right, where is my tweezers? Don't tell me I took them. Hang on a minute. Oh, they must, did I pick them up? Yesterday I was in here working like a wild woman, so I'm sure I probably picked them up and took them over to my desk, my other desk. I probably have them sitting on the thing, but that's all right. So I'm going to use this dotted, and you know, I think this is such fun colors for Christmas. You know, they're not your typical, you know, red and green, blue. I just love these, they're just fun. They're fun colors. All right, so we're going to lay that there. And then we're going to take, all right, let's do this. We're going to take our 3 by 3. This is the piece that we cut off from our card base, right? And then this is a piece of 3 by 3. Now this one, I'm going to turn it because I want it to coordinate with my strip right there. All right, so we're going to add our adhesive on here, and I hate covering up these cute little critters. They're so pretty, aren't they? Don't you just love this? I'm like a kid at heart. I just love everything that's I guess childish, probably because I had a really screwed up childhood. So sorry, but I think I try to relive my childhood, a better one than what I had growing up. But you know, can't change what happened, so you just move on with it. All right, so we're going to attach that to here. So let me pull this up, and I'm just going to make sure it's all squared off, right? So we're going to do that. All right, now this one, we're going to cut this at a diagonal, okay? So we're going to bring in our paper cutter. Now, the paper is off just a little bit. It's no big deal because no one's going to see that, right? If you want to trim it off, if you're, if that bothers you, then you're more than welcome to trim that off, okay? So we're going to bring in the paper trimmer, and we're going to line up our corners. So line up your corner in the, see if I can zoom in. Line up your point up here in this track, and then we're going to hold that down, and then we're just going to move the bottom one so that it's even, right? So we're going to come down, and I'm going to pull, and then I'm going to go back because I want to get the other side cut, all right? So technically, we only need one of these. So you have another one that you can use for another card, all right? So we've got another card I can make with this. So I'm going to put that one off to the side. And now this piece is what's going to go right here, okay? That piece is going to go right in that corner, and that's what's going to be for our, for the tuck part, okay? Now we're not going to adhere that just yet. Okay, now we are going to take, now I thought this paper was cute, so I'm not doing any stamping whatsoever on this card. Well, I will, did I bring a sentiment for the inside? I don't think I did. I guess we'll stamp some sentiment another time. Well, maybe I can go grab one. All right. So this is going to be the one that goes on the front of the card, okay? And we're going to do the corner here in just a minute. Now, if you notice, you can add flowers. This is from the Color and Contour. So you can do whatever design or, whatever stamp set you want to have, or critter or whatever. You can just decorate however you want to decorate it. But I'm just going to use the paper. So we're going to go ahead and attach the fun side of the paper. Not that the dots aren't fun, because they are. I love these dots. They're just so cute. All right, so we're going to attach that here. And then we'll go ahead and build our card. So let me just line this up here. So we're not going to have anything. Now I could have popped up, I could have cut out some of these guys and popped them up, but I'm just going to leave it just like that. All right, now we're going to take our dimensionals, and we're going to, let me trim this because this is a little bit hanging over. So let me go ahead, and I'm just going to take my paper snips and just butt it up right against the cardstock as my guide, and we'll just trim this off. I've got to clean my scissors because these got glue all over them. Okay, so that's better. All right, now we don't want to cover this whole thing. We only want to put them in the corners because we need to leave room for, now I got to trim this side off since I did the other one, right? Okay, so we're going to just put 3 dimensionals because we want to leave room for our corner to get tucked in there. So we're going to put as high up as we can on each of the 3 corners, okay? So we're going to go ahead and put that there, and then we're going to go ahead and, let me see how I want to do this. I think, let's see, let's go ahead and put this on, and this is such an easy card. All right, so we're just going to line it up on the corner, and again, we're using dimensionals, so it should be pretty easy. Oops, I'm having to eyeball it. Give me a second. I'm trying to hold it up in the air so I can see it so I don't put my head in the camera. All right, I think that's going to be, whoops, hang on. Hang on a minute. I got just a little, hang on. Uh-oh. I guess we might, hang on. Let me see if I can move this up just a tad. Hold on a second. It's pulling my paper. Hang on. There we go. Get it straight. There we go. Okay, so there's our corner for the tuck part. All right, now this guy is going to go on here, but before we glue him down, we're going to attach this piece. So we want to kind of get an idea where we're going to put our sentiment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead like an idiot. I put that there. I should have hidden that because that's going to show. I'm going to have to wipe that out. I'll have to cover that up. It's my measurements. All right, so we're going to lay this, and what you want to do, and technically, I mean, really, before you put the corner on there, which I can do this, but you might be easier just to lay it here so you can see to try to center the square. But I think that's probably pretty good as far as being centered. So what I'm going to do is I know from about this part on right here, I'm going to put adhesive because I don't want it to go on the other side, right? And I know there's a 3x3 written there, and I'll just get my white out and I'll cover it. No one's going to see it. So no one's going to see my little measurements. Oops, my scissors are sticking to my bracelet. Okay, so we're going to lay this on here, and I'm going to make sure I've got it pretty much centered, which I think it is. Let's see. Yep, I think that's centered. All right, so we're going to lay that right there. Pardon me. Let me go grab a stamp set so we can, let's see, hang on. Let me go grab a stamp set. We'll stamp something on the inside. I've got one right here that we can use. Where is it? The stockings. We'll use this one. We'll use the sweet little stockings. They've got some cute stuff in there. Actually, I'm doing a class on that, which will be coming up, oh, I don't know. No, this month, September. Probably that one's going to probably be November. Okay. So let's stamp. Let's get this on here. Let's see, what do we want to put? Christmas greetings. I think that's going to be too big for this. Yeah, it's going to be too big. Can't do that one. All right, hang on. Bear with me a minute. What does this one say? We don't want Santa Claus is coming to town. I think we're just going to have to do the small one, which is fine. We'll do that. We're going to use the Peace, Joy, and Kisses. Oh, that ain't going to work, is it? Because we don't have kisses. Maybe we could do sending lots of love. That's going to be too long, too. Isn't it? Yep. Okay, never mind. We'll come up with something later. But you get the gist, right? Okay. So what we want to do is we want to line this up so it's gonna be hidden underneath here, so that when we close the card, you don't see this this piece. All right. So what we'll do, actually, I'm gonna put this right here so we can't see it. Okay. So I know that I want it to go right about there. So I'm just gonna put some adhesive right on this side, and then I'm gonna line it up. I think that should be good enough. We don't need to go any further than that. So we're going to line this up, and I'm going to adhere it. I'm putting my glue, so my glue is facing down, in case you're wondering, because I almost did it the wrong way. All right, so we're going to do about like that. And you can, I would normally just eyeball this if it was me, but I'm going to try to do it so that y'all can find an easier way. So if we lay that like that, then we're just going to close it, and then we'll just rub it. And then that puts our thing down, and we'll just tuck that in. It should have been probably over a little bit further. Let's do that. Let me move it over some, because that's a little bit too, we don't want it there. So I'm just going to move it over. I can judge, I can look at these things, and I'm sure you guys can too, and judge where it's going to go. So we'll just tuck that little guy under there. And I'll find a stamp, and we'll stamp the sentiment. So when you leave your comments or share my video, and your name gets drawn, there will be a sentiment on here. Okay, so there's that. Now, the last thing that we want to do is we want to add some ribbon. So I brought in the fresh freesia, and we're just going to tie some of this around, and we're just going to tie it in. We're going to just do a knot. So if I haven't shared this with you all before, let me get in the picture. Just measure your width. If you just want to do a knot, just do 3 lengths. And then if you want to tie a bow, you need to do 4. So I've got 1, I'll come over 2, and then I'll come over 3. So I'm going to cut that. And then that will give me enough to do a knot. I could tie a bow, but we'll just do a knot. And I'm just going to put that right here. And we can slide it around depending on where we want it to go. So we'll just do our knot. And got my nails done today because they were looking pretty pitiful. They were so grown out. And I always have them cut them short because I can't seem to work with them anyways. Hang on a minute. See, this is where my tweezers come in handy. I should have got them when I got up to go to the desk, but that's okay. All right, so hang on. See, I'm being bumble fingers here. Here we go. So we're going to pull our tail through, if I can find it. Where did you go? He's in there. Hold on. Oh, there he is. Okay, so we're going to pull that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to tighten it some, and I'm just going to pull it a little bit more and tighten the bottom piece before I lose my tails here. And then if you pull the left one, normally that will help you get your flat knot. So let's do it like that. All right. So we just pull it. Hang on a minute. I'm trying to get it. Okay. Well, it's not going to be a square knot, but I could take it off and do it again. Actually, I might do that. Let's do it one more time. Hang on. I think it's because I'm trying to... All right, let's try this one more time. It's all twisty. That's the problem. It got all twisted up. All right, see, this is where I'm going to put my scissors here to help give it some weight to hold that thing down. Don't you? See, this is when we need to have an extra hand, right? So we're going to tuck this guy in there. Pull the tail. There we go. That'll work. See, that works. And now if we pull the left one and pull the right and try to organize them and get them nice and pretty, which this one doesn't want to cooperate. It's probably the operator. But you get the gist of it. We're just going to leave it like that. Because you know me. It's fine. Everybody's going to think it's beautiful anyways. All right, so I think the tail should probably be, let's do just a little snip here. Okay. All right, so there, and then we just tuck this right in there, and there you go. Isn't that an easy card? Don't you love it? Isn't that cute? And I love the paper. Now, you can decorate it up any way you want, but I just thought the tuck was just cute as could be. And then you can decorate this with paper. You can stamp flowers or Christmas trees or whatever it is that you're doing, birthday cakes or whatever. And then you're going to stamp your sentiment on here. And I'll do that later. All right, so there's that card. I thought that was a pretty cute one. So if you didn't get the measurements, go back to the beginning and I go through them step by step. All right, so let's move on to the next card, and I'm going to show you a couple of samples of what I did. And the next card I am working with, let me move this out of the way. Give me 1 second. And I don't need that, and we'll pull this out of the way. The next card is also a celebration card. This is another one that you can get for free, and it's the Feels Like Home. So if you purchased $50, then you can get this set for free, and this is on page 6 of the celebration catalog. Okay, we're going to color the door and everything, and I'm going to show you a couple of different samples of what I've done, just showing you different coloring techniques. I mean, not really techniques, just coloring. Oh, you know what, look at that. I had the stamp set right here for the card. I'm such a dork. Okay, hang on, we got our stamp. I'm losing it. We're going to stamp it in black, but I'm going to stamp off so it kind of gives it a gray. I knew I had one. There it is right there. Warm wishes for a happy Christmas. And I think this is from the best year. So I'm going to stamp off so it's not quite as dark. And I'm going to stamp that right. Let's just do it. I'll do it in the center. And then you can just sign your name if you don't feel like. This is kind of the nice kind that you don't have to worry about writing a whole lot because you don't have a lot of room. So, all right. So I did have a stamp set. See, I tell you guys, I love it. I'm getting old. This is what happens. Just letting you know that. Okay, so let me get my, all right, now we have, I saw the stamp set over there, and I'm like, well, there's my daggone sentiment. So there you go. Now our card's completely done. And the little bear is peeking his head out from the corner. Okay, so let's get on with the house stamp set. And this is a cling. So for those of you that may not know, these are the red rubber that cling. And what I do, and I'm sure y'all probably do this too, once I put this cling on here, because it's really clingy, I stick it on my clothes and try to get some of that stickiness off. And, well, I guess it would help if I brought a block, wouldn't it? Lord, I thought I was, but see what happens when you have all the time in the world and you just, you don't make the time for it? Because I didn't bring a block. Well, here we go again. I'll be back in a flash. I better take my stamp because I need a big one for this. Nope, not that one. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. So what happens, I had all the time in the world and went and got my nails done. My husband goes, I can't believe you're getting your nails done on a Tuesday. because I had everything pretty much ready to go. Okay, so we're going to use this stamp set, and let me show you what the ones that I did in advance so you can see. I didn't actually put one. Oh yeah, I do have one together. Hang on, I got to find it. Oh, it's right here in front of me. Okay, so I'm using the thick basic white, and then I used a piece of basic white that measures, hang on a second and I'll tell you, I think this is going to be 4 inches by 3 inches, so 4 by 3. And I stamped in Memento Black, and then I just used my Stampin' Blends and started coloring. And I popped this up on dimensionals, the picture, and then the sentiment is stamped in Memento Black and popped up on dimensionals as well, and the inside is left blank. So let me show you some of the other colors that I did, just to give you an idea. I did them just with black and white. So there's one in, I think this is maybe this is, I think it's just Jade. And I just did them in black and white. This is kind of cute too. And then there's one in Real Red. And then here's one I did in, I think this is Shaded Spruce, if I'm not mistaken. But isn't that cute? Even if you just did it like that and didn't even color it. See, that would be a cute card. And it wouldn't take a lot of time because you're just going to stamp and color the door, right? So isn't that cute? So you can have green, and I did a red one, and then I did this one. Isn't that cute? All right, so this is what we're going to make this evening. So let me push that over there. So we're going to start with a piece of thick white, basic white, and we're going to fold it in half. Let me bring my paper trimmer in because we're going to go ahead and give it a good score. I find that with the thick whisper white, basic white, I'm sorry, or the vanilla, that you really need to use your paper trimmer and use your scoring tool. So we're going to score this. Since this is 5.5 by 8.5, we're going to score this at 4 1/4. So I'm going to get that lined up. The gray is our scoring blade. So I'm going to push a little bit harder on this than I normally would just so I can get a good crease. And then that helps me fold the card. I get a nice crease on that. So let's move this out of the way. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and fold that now. Make sure it's lined up. And we'll go ahead and give that a nice burnish. I'm going to set this off to the side. Well, actually, we'll go ahead and add our bark. I love this bark. I like that, this embossing folder. It's one of the thick ones, so you have to use your different technique on the baby boss thing, or the stamp and boss and cut machine. So this one, we're going to go ahead and attach this one flat since we're going to pop up the other one. I'm going to go ahead and put, you can do Tombow if you want. I'm going to do seal, the seal, because it holds a little bit, it's a little bit stronger. Because it's embossed, sometimes, you know, you want to just make sure you've got enough in there. So I'm just going to run this around all 4 sides. And we'll go ahead and place that on there now. All right, and then we're going to just go ahead and eyeball it. I'm trying to do this sitting down. I think we should be good right about there. I think we're good. All right, so we're going to lay that right there. Now we'll set this off to the side, and then we're going to bring in our piece of 3x4 basic white. And I've got my thing of Stampin' Dimensionals in my little thing. And then this is for our sentiment. So let me go ahead and ink up my stamp. And since the stamp is much bigger, and you all probably do this, but I always do it upside down to make sure I get all the coverage and all the inks, places covered on with the stamp. And with it being Memento, it's a linen, so I tend to do a little push and twist. Doing Chubby Checkers twist. Twist and shout. Okay. All right, and I'm going to huff on this. And that's going to re-moisten the ink. And I got to stand up for a minute and make sure we get this placed in here. And hopefully that's right. I can't see the bottom. Oh, there we go. All right, so we're just going to push this down. and let it sit for a minute. I like to let it sit and just make sure, and I always want to make sure I push good and hard in the center. This would probably be good to use your Stamparatus for. So if you're new and you don't have a Stamparatus, that's a stamp positioning tool. It's a great thing to have. So you don't have to buy all these blocks if you don't want to, because you can just use the Stamparatus for everything. All right, so we've got that stamped. Now, at first I thought that that was a mistake, right? I thought, oh my gosh, I got black ink on that thing. Let me see if I can pull this up. See that right there? It looks like it's, I got black ink on it, right? Well, look at this. It's in the stamp. So don't worry about that if you see that, because it's supposed to be like that. All right. Okie doke. So let's move that over there. And now we're going to go ahead and color. Just what y'all want to do is see me color. All right, so I'm going to pull out all these colors. I just grabbed some that I thought would work since we're using white, so it really doesn't matter what we do. And I thought I'd do the door in blue. Thought that'd be something different. Why not, right? People have blue doors. And I'm not sure if I want to use the darks. I think I'm going to start with the light blue. This is Balmy Blue. And I think what I'm going to do is, depending on how it looks, I may come back with the dark and add some, the definitions, pull out the definitions in the wood. So I'm just going to take the small tip. And for those that are new, if you're new here, when you look at our markers or the blends, you have two ends. One has a thin line, which means it's this like pencil type. And then this one is a thick, like a brush. So you'll know which one that you might want to use when you're going to be working in small areas. So I'm going to start with the light blue, and then I'll come back with the dark if I need to fill in. So I'm just going to go ahead and come in. I even thought about coloring the windows, like you can color them yellow so it would look like it's night. That might, that's another way you could do that. So I'm just coming down here and pulling in the color. Now, I did not color this in advance, so you're going to have to watch me. And then I'll come back and we'll do the outside. I'm going to do the outside, the frame. I'm going to do it like a beige color. So I'm going to go ahead and just use my pencil tip here and just bring my color all the way down, trying to stay in the lines, at least on this one. And bring it down and right through the spokes right there. And then I'm going to come under here. And then we can start coloring. And you really could use the big point, the big tip if you want. So let's try that. That might go a little bit faster. We've got lots of time, so we're doing pretty good. So I don't want to do up there, but I will do down here. Now, there's a door thing right there, like a doorknob. And you know what? See, do you all have this where your ink doesn't go all the way to the tip, meaning that we've probably used it too much? So I'll just color down here, and then I'm going to have to go back and just use my, and I even do it on the side part, but for some reason, either I'm not holding it right or I'm running out of ink. I'm not sure which it is. Okay, so we're just going to color that, and then I'm going to come back with my pencil tip. But first, before I do that, I want to make sure I cover. I'm going to take a little dot right here because there's a doorknob right there. And then this little thing looks like a door knocker. Now this you could probably color it. I'm trying to do silver. I probably should have done this is smoky slate. I should have done the gray granite. But we'll just make it look like it's a door knocker. Could have painted it, did it like a gold, like a yellow. All right, so there's our knocker thing. So we're going to come back using our small tip, and I'm going to color in right around these guys here. See, this one has so much more ink on this end, and it's easier to get to. But I think I will come back with the dark and go over the artist lines that they've drawn, which will help give it a little bit more definition. So we're going to come back with the dark Balmy Blue. And then I'm just going to try to come in where there's some of these darker, and I'm not going to press real hard, but I'm just want to get some, give it some definition here on the wood markings. And then I'll come back with the lighter one and color over it to give it some to get it blended. So we'll just, if we do too many, it's going to look funny. So we don't want to do too much. I might put a couple of little things up here, and then maybe a few here, because it's the door, so you can kind of make it look speckled or whatever. Okay, but I don't want to put too much. It might take away from it. So we're going to come back, and this is where the big tip comes in handy when you want to color, because you can blend it much easier with the thicker tip. So we're just going to come back and use our lighter one. We're going to use the small tip here, and I'm just going to recolor over everything. And it'll darken it. So that's another thing that you get to do. You can, once you keep coloring it, the color will get a little bit darker. Every time you go over it, it will darken it. So you can really cover this a lot if you choose you want a darker color than this particular, a little bit darker than what this shade is. But you want it still to be in this color. So let me just color down here and get all of these blended in. And get that right there by the tire. Okay. These blends are the best things, I tell you. I think y'all will agree. I haven't used any other kind, so I don't know. All right, so there's our door. We're going to leave that the way it is. Now I'm going to come back with our light crumb cake, and I'm going to color the frame of the house beige. I guess it should be beige. I don't know. What do y'all think? That's what I'm doing. Actually, I can probably do some of this. See, again, I don't like using the tips. Oh, this one's okay. But some of them, they get so used. If you use them a lot, they tend to lose their little oomph, So we'll just be careful. So we don't want to go outside of our lines. So I'll just come down this side piece here. All right, and then we're going to do this here. And we'll get between the tires because the bicycles parked next to the side. And see, this stamp, if you've noticed in the background, it's brick. The house is brick. So you really could take, hang on a minute. Let me get inside the tire here because this is where the other piece is. I need to color. You could actually, if you wanted to color your brick, you could easily use your red. See the brick right there? You could easily color that in with red. All right. Okay, so there's that. Now I'm going to come back. Let me do this. I'm going to come back a little bit and do a little bit darker. Ugh, if I can get this open. And this is the light. I want to stick with the light, so I want to make sure. See, I get a little bit lighter using the tip part because that's where most of my ink is. And this might be too dark, but we've already committed to this. And I got to get some little splotches right in there. I love to color. So to me, it's just so relaxing, I used to color when I was a kid. My mom and I used to have a coloring contest to see who could stay within the lines. Well, of course, she was older and she knew how to color better than me, so she won all the time. Never let me win. Isn't that sad? No, I'm just joking. But it was fun. We'd lay on the floor on their stomachs, coloring away. Well, my brothers, I have 3 brothers. I don't know what they were doing. Okay, so we've got a brown to our door. Now, and you do whatever you want for coloring purposes. So I'm just going to color away here. And I'm going to use the light shaded spruce for my tree. So I'm just going to come in here and just kind of, I'm just going over these little pieces here. I'm not, they're enough together that we can easily cover them without it worrying about going out of the lines or whatever. So I'm just going to come through here with the shaded spruce and make sure we've got ink covering all these little branches, So this one is easy because you can kind of go pretty fast. You stay, for the most part, stay within pretty much of the boundaries of these leaves. And then, of course, we've got some right here, so we don't want to go too far out. Make sure we get them all covered. And then these, I'm just going to make some little marks on them because they are kind of sporadic on the branch. So we'll just do that. And I stuck with the light because I love this color, but the dark, I mean, it's a pretty color. The dark is really dark, though. So we just want to color down here. And down here, I don't even know what kind of tree this is, but it's okay. It's a tree with greenery on it. And then it's growing around the door. It's in the way. So maybe nobody lives in this house, for all we know, right? All right, so we'll just come down here a little bit and come right there. Okay, what have I missed? Anything? All right, now I'm going to come back with my light beige. And I'm going to use my fine tip because I want to color my branch. I just want to do not the whole thing, but like down here, the trunk, you can see that. So I do want to get some color there so it doesn't look like it's quite, you know, like it doesn't have anything. So I'm just going to put a few dots right through here to try to get it to look like it's got some color to it. And you may have different ways you're coloring, and that is fine. Oh, and I want to do this right here. This planter, we're going to make this beige because you know how sometimes, it could have been green, but you know how it has that mossy stuff that's kind of brown? We're going to put that right here. Okay, so that's that. Let's see, what else do we want to color? And then we're going to use, all right, hang on. Where is my, I got the Smoky Slate Light. I'm going to color these cans. I guess I'll color them silver. Try to make them look like they're silver. I should have pulled in the gray granite does a nicer job. Let me color down here on that one. And then I'm going to come in. Do I want to? I think I'm going to try to color the tire itself. So I'm going to come around with this and just make the tire, make it look like a tire. So I am just going to turn the card once I get part of that tire completed. That didn't look so good, did it? Not so good there, but that's all right. And then we're going to do this one. We're going to come around and do a tire. Might have to get the, okay. And we'll just do a little bit right there. Okay. All right. Now, oh, and I guess I better color my basket beige too, because I guess the baskets could be another color. Could have done yellow, but I only brought the beige, so we're going to work with beige. Crumb cake. Crumb cake. All right, are y'all still with me? Am I boring you yet? I hope you're still there. Okay, almost done. Just got to do a couple more flowers. I'm going to color. Let's do the baskets, the basket flowers. Let's do these in the fresh freesia. No, I'm sorry. What is this? Highland. I'm sorry, Highland Heather. We're doing Highland Heather here. So we're just going to put those in the basket. And just kind of dot along the edges there. And then I'm going to do some polished pink for the one. Whoopsie. I'm going to do polished pink up here. I think I'm going to make these look pink because I'm going to make it look like it's springy. So these are going to be pink flowers and the Highland Heather, which I think is a pretty color. All right, and we're just going to make some little dots around the little plants. All right, so our flowers are done there. And then I've got a pink flamingo. Let's see, these are leaves, so I need to color those green. I'm not sure what these are. I think these are some kind of flowers. I'm going to color them. Honestly, I'm not sure what they are. I know those are leaves, so I'm going to color those green. We'll just color these. I'm going to color these flirty flamingo. They're going to all be the same color. So we're just going to put some colors in here. I know they could be different colors, but we're not going to do that. And then we got some hanging down on the side. We'll do like that. There we go. All right, and then the next thing I need to do is color my leaves, and they're going to be the same color as the tree. So these are green. They're all leaves in here. So this is probably like a philodendron or something. Is that what? And we'll put that in there. Okay. All right, and let's color our pot. I should have brought over my cinnamon cider. We're going to make this one beige, I guess, since that's what we got here, along with everything else. And put some little, like it's got dirt in there. Okie dokie. All right, what else do we need to do? Why don't we make this one have a, let's make it have a pink seat. Let's do a pink seat for the bicycle. And that way we know it's a girl's bike. So we'll make the seat pink. Okay, I think that's good. Oh, wait, let's do the floor. Everything's going to be in beige, isn't it? Oh, well, it's okay. He's got a wooden like a decking. So we're just going to come in here and color. Fill in all the areas of the decking. And I'm just going to come in here and just do lines. I'm just going to go over the lines like the artist did, where they drew. I'm going to bring those in and down. There we go. All right, that's good. I think I might try one next time with the, try to do the brick in the background, give it some kind of an effect there. Okay, so now we're going to take this and we're going to put, whoopsie, we're going to put dimensionals on the back and we're going to pop this one up on the front of our card and then stamp our sentiment and then we will be good to go. All right, so, and don't forget, if you're new to my page, make sure you like my Facebook page, and I have a YouTube channel at shallwestamp.com. You go check out my channel there, and I've also just set up a TikTok account, and I just posted another video today. So that's at Shall We Stamp, and I'm gonna try to do some short little TikTok things once I get a better handle on it. You know how that goes. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and lay this down here. And I'm going to center this, just like I did the other ones. Make sure that's centered. I think that looks good. All right, and then I'm going to come in with my sentiment. This is a 1/2 inch by, I think it's 3 inches. And, excuse me, in the stamp set, it also has some different little planners there and some like vinery. And then you've got 4 sentiments: missing you, I'm always and forever here for you, your friendship feels like home to me, and I can't thank you enough. And since this is going long ways, I'm going to use that one. And I'm going to stamp that in the Memento Black. All right, and if you haven't liked my Facebook page, please do so. And if you haven't joined or signed up for my newsletter, you can do that on my Facebook page, Shall We Stamp, not the group, but my Facebook page. And that will keep you up to date on, you'll get my newsletter. I send it out every Tuesday, and I provide tutorials in there that you cannot, I don't post anywhere else. It's just for my newsletter subscribers. And I always put tutorials in there and some different tips and questions and answers that I get from customers and different things that I think you might be interested in, as well as class information and anything that's going on sale. If I'm running any specials, I have that on there. There's certain things you get each month from me if you order a certain amount. And all of that is only for my newsletter subscribers. So, okay, so now we're going to take, and the last thing we're going to do, pardon me, I got a frog in my throat, is we're going to add our sentiment. And I'm putting dimensionals on this as well because this is popped up on dimensional. So we want to make sure that our sentiment is popped up as well. All right, so let's go ahead and pull this off. And then you know what? Look at that. It's crooked. And I didn't even see that when I stamped it. Let's see if I can pull these guys off. We'll leave it. It's fine. And we're going to lay that. Actually, I can make it look like it's straight because I can just adjust my paper the way I push it down. How's that? There you go. So there's the card on that one. All right, so this card and this card is what we did this evening. Let me fold this one. Give me a second. Let me just fold this one more time to make it kind of stay flat. All right, so there's these cards, and then here's some samples of the other colors that I did, in case you want to see those. And then, of course, our corner fold cards that we did right there. All right. There you go. And if you're just coming on board, go back to the beginning and I've given you the dimensions for the corner fold card. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. And look, it's 5 minutes to 8, so you get out of here early tonight, even with all my goofiness. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I really appreciate your support. And I will go back and read your comments and respond. Get your cards out in the mail to Linda and Chris. And then the last week before last, I'll get y'all's out as well. And have a great week and a good weekend. I will see you next Tuesday. Make sure you be here because I'm going to have a really neat, fun fold card. Hopefully you've not seen it before. All right, everyone. Have a great evening, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye now.